Welcome back to Spool Monster TV. Today I've got a quick update for you guys, and if you can't tell, it's head gasket time for the old 6-liter. It started pushing enough coolant now to where it's just time to get the head gaskets replaced. So I'm going to be doing all the work myself. So I got all the parts ordered that I'm going to need to get the job done. Most of the stuff I ordered was from Riff Raff Diesel. If you guys need anything for your Power Stroke, definitely check them out. They've got really good prices, especially on the Ford parts, because they sell all the updates for the 6-liter, to do head gaskets and all that stuff, and the H-pop stuff. So definitely check those guys out. But I was going to do a quick rundown of what I got to do this. So obviously the main thing is the Ford head gaskets. Some people use different brands, but most people will say just stick with Ford, so that's pretty much what I did with everything. I'm just sticking with Ford because their parts are going to be good quality in that. So got the head gaskets. I got some exhaust manifold gaskets. From what I've actually found online is the exhaust doesn't have gaskets on it from the factory for the manifolds. So once you break that seal, you got to put gaskets on it. You don't technically have to take the manifolds off to have the heads resurfaced, but I figured I'm going to probably clean them and paint them, so I'm going to need the gaskets. I got a new set of bolts for those as well, because if you just put them back together like that, they won't seal and you'll have leaks. Got the ARP studs. That's a must for a 6.0, or any truck really. If you're tearing it down to do head gaskets, you might as well put studs in it. So I got the head studs. We got the updated dummy plugs, and I guess the update is really just that white ring right there. That I guess reinforces the O-ring. Right? I guess the white piece is like a washer, a plastic washer or Teflon, and it helps support the seal, and that's what will give out over time on these trucks, causing a high pressure oil leak. We got the Injector Seal Kit, so I got 8 of those to do all the injectors, and it comes with the O-rings and copper washer to basically reseal your injector. Got the updated STC fitting. Now the STC fitting actually bolts to the high pressure oil pump, and what happens over time with that is the original one is a snap to connect, and that's why it's called an STC fitting. Those will loosen up and cause a high pressure oil leak, or eventually they actually separate completely and it'll cause a no start. So that could leave you stranded on the road or wherever you end up at that time. So I'm definitely going to do that while we got it apart. We got the updated stand pipes, and that's the same thing as the dummy plugs. You can see it's got that white piece in there, and that just helps reinforce it so it holds up better over time. And those actually came with the head gaskets. If you buy them separately, I think they're like $50. So with the head gasket, I think I paid like $150 for the head gasket and the stand pipes together, like per gasket set. But yeah, those come with it. What else I get? I got the upper and lower radiator hose. You don't have to do that. Mine were they're original. The truck's got about 110,000 on it, so I figured might as well replace them while I got it apart, and they're kind of starting to swell up a little bit, especially with that leak in there, the head gasket leak in. It's putting a lot of pressure on it. So we'll get that changed while I got it apart. I got another coolant filter to swap on, a new cap. I guess anytime you have enough pressure to where the cap releases, I guess you're supposed to change it. So picked one of those up. They're only like $5 or $6. And then the last thing I bought, which I got this from, these are the Pushrods, and I bought these from KT Performance. That's the first time I've used them. I'll definitely use them again. They had really good pricing on that. Riff Raff Diesel didn't carry the Pushrods unless I just couldn't find them on their website, so that's why I ordered from them. But these are an updated pushrod, and see the part number, because these are Ford updated parts as well. It's 8C3Z6565B, and it's basically a shortened pushrod. So even if you're not going to mill your heads, and you're going to use like a factory head or just a reman head, or maybe not a reman, I guess like a brand new head that has like the stock dimensions, it's still recommended that you replace the pushrods, because from the factory the pushrods are a little long, and it can cause some valve train failure, which is mostly in the lifters and the camshaft. If the pushrods are too long, it puts a little bit more pressure on the lifter than is needed. or wanted, I guess, and it can cause a lifter to failure, or yeah, the cam. It's not super common, I don't think, maybe on some higher mileage trucks, but I think in the last couple of years people are starting to see that more. Especially if you resurface the heads, they're taking material off the head, and that's changing your valve train geometry. So definitely want to swap those out while you're in there. Those were only like $7 or $8 a piece too. So I mean, most of the small parts really weren't that expensive, but yep, that's everything you'll pretty much need. And the gaskets, the head gaskets do come with these dowel, I think they're dowel pins, for basically it just lines the gasket up on the head, and they give you different ones depending on what cylinder head you have. But yeah, that's everything I've got for now. Like I said, in the next few days I'm going to start tearing this truck down, so I'll try to do some update videos for you guys, and let you see the process maybe a little bit, and just kind of keep you guys updated on it. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.